Welcome to our strategic planning for 2026 Lunch and Learn. I am excited to be here on today. So we are going to be recording our Lunch and Learns now. So we are recorded. Just wanted to let you all know that. But that's just for the team so that the team can see the videos. I hope you all like the tacos. Cheryl sponsored it and I cooked it. I wanted to make sure that you all had something to eat.
I would. Thank you.
So in front of you, you will see some paperwork, and if you would, I would love if you could stay today and fill that paperwork out for me. The first thing you're going to see is going to be your agent profile. It is double-sided. You'll then see your new W-9 for 2026, and then the SOP that Cheryl and I have reviewed and gone through. I do want to make sure that you look over all that and then sign it, and also on the SOP will be your commission slip. And then the next thing that you'll have will be your real estate agreement, your real estate independent contractors agreement. So I do want you to read through that as well and get that signed for me on today. I think your split may be on that one as well. If not, it's definitely on the SOP. But just see me if you have any questions about your split, and then we'll make sure that we have the right thing. And the next thing is going to be just our business planning package. This is something that some of you already have, so if you already have that, you can leave that here on the table for someone else. After the business planning package, you'll have your procedures that we have, and some of those do need a slight update on the dates, and then you'll have your buyer and your listing checklist, just so you can remember what all we need when we're turning in our contracts and listings. We're still gonna use the same email address to turn those in. That will still be, I think it's assured contracts at gmail.com, so you'll still turn your contracts into that. We do have the mailboxes set up. Like I said, they are arranged by your last name, and you will be looking under where it is. So I have them put mail in the mailboxes. So when we get into our strategic planning, from each of our meetings are going to have actionable items, and so we're going to make sure that we're doing things of action from each meeting. So let's just start off with today with strategic planning. Can someone tell me kind of what they feel like strategic planning is for the new year for their business?
Yeah, so I think strategic planning is setting your goals with your timelines, and time is very important to be able to allow each week and month so that you're doing what you need to do for your business.
Exactly, I appreciate that. Let me ask this question. We did some business planning last year. I think we call it business planning goal setting. How many of us were able to obtain our goals from last year, or were able to do things that were on our goal list?
I didn't reach my goals.
Okay, did you reach any of the goals? Because we also set personal goals, we set, so there were different goals that we set. We just didn't just set the business goals, but did you reach any of your goals? Thinking about the goals that you reached, I want you all to jot down, kind of like on a sheet of paper, maybe 2 goals that you did reach, and then maybe 2 goals, you put in your notes, 2 goals that you did not reach. Because this year we are gonna make sure that we are reaching those goals. Two that you did reach and 2 that you did not reach. Because it's important for us to know and to be proud of ourselves and recognize ourselves for meeting some of our goals. Okay, well, you all are still writing. I'll share mine, and then if someone else wants to share theirs, that way we can just number one. I've reached my goal of exercising. I was trying to do about 100 miles per month in walking. I came at probably averaged about 80 miles per month on walking, so I feel like I pretty much reached that goal. So I think my 80 miles, my legs say my 80 miles, and my knees say that each month that was just enough. So that was a goal that I reached. Also, I had some goals in my teaching career as far as to teach at new boards and as far as to get a class written, and so I did reach that goal. The goals that I did not reach, my two, was I did not get my CRM updated, and so that's definitely a goal that I will be looking for this year. And then I did not get the sales that I wanted to have last year, so I seem to be stuck at about the point, and I know I need at least to add 2 more million on to mine. So that was kind of mine, just to go over, just to say I'm proud of myself for reaching some of the goals, and I know I need to continue to work on reaching my other goals. Does anyone else want to share theirs?
Well, as far as goals reached, one of my goals was to do a little bit more social media posting.
Okay.
I did that compared to the first year, and I did increase my exercise. Now I was doing my walking, even though it's falling off, winter time. But compared to what I was doing, I did pick up and increase that. As far as goals that I didn't reach, more transactions.
Okay.
And also with my marketing. I get my marketing plan, execute my marketing plan.
Okay, great. So those are 2 that we're gonna put back on your list and work with you so that you can reach those. Did anyone else want to share?
Let's see, one of my, that I did do, I took a broker's class. I became a teacher, teaching, and that was one of the things I wanted to do, and to be more attentive to my clients.
Okay.
More attentive to what I did not do. I didn't achieve the sales that I wanted, fell off on that, and my follow-up, I got to do more follow-up.
Okay.
So I got increased.
Okay, well, congratulations on what you accomplished. Did you want to share, Cynthia?
Yeah, so the goals I did reach was my spiritual goal of my daily reading and getting my babies in weekly contact with God through church and reading. I reached out. Thank you. And I did 2 successful real estate events.
Oh, yes, you
Yes,
did.
so that was
Yes,
some
you did.
really-
Congratulations. You did. They were very successful. Actually, you did more than that because you still had the home buyers class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the ones I didn't reach was my sales and my contacts. I had a certain number of people I wanted to reach each week and didn't reach that.
Okay, all right. Then we're going to talk about that some. So starting in 2026, I would like for the company to set a clear goal and a very easy goal of closing 2 transactions per month. Now, some of you are, not full-time, so my part-time agents, I need you to say 1 closing per month. And my semi-retired agents, I need you to say 1 closing per month. But my up-and-running agents, we need to be at 2 closings per month, and then the top producers really need to be at 3 closings per month. And I think that will be easy for us to just remember that if you're on the 1, you need a total of 12 transactions for the full year. If you're on the 2, you need a total of 24 transactions for the full year. And then if you're on 3, that's 36. So I think that'll be an easy goal for everyone to remember. So I want to define and set those measurable goals for the company. All right. So jot down which one you're on. I kind of think I know from most of our kind of what everyone wants to do. But let me know once we talk one-on-one which one you're on, and if it's not the one that I picked for you, I'm gonna let you know that too. So that's one thing. I think that's an easy, measurable goal. Now, in order to accomplish those goals, some of the things we have to do is we have to understand the market landscape. So what we have to do is we have to emerge to different trends. We gotta identify the right clients. We gotta effectively address their needs and achieve consistent sales success in a competitive environment. Essentially, all it means is that we have to keep up with the market. We gotta keep up with what's going on, what's trending, what things are gonna bring us in new sales, how our clients gonna see us. Let's stop and think about something that's trending that we know that we need to do and that we can increase on. So everyone can say what do they feel like is something that's trending in their market for you. Like let's say you represent buyers, sellers, investors. What's trending for what you represent? Okay. Well, I have something that's trending. It is gonna be AI, social media, and analyzing data. So AI is trending. So I know that in a way some of us may or may not want to use AI. We are going to talk today about some simple ways that we can allow AI to help us. I think that one of the biggest things for using your AI is just using it as brainstorming or using it to help you as you're going through maybe let's say your home buyers classes, to help you like come up with concepts with that on what you can do as you're doing events. Also engaging on social media is going to be what's trending. So we need to engage more on social media and we need to do more on the social media. So today we're going to kind of leverage our AI to help us with social media and to also help us to increase, to get those extra 2 sales. So that's going to be a part of analyzing the data as well. So I know that everyone has downloaded ChatGPT. Am I correct when I say that? Okay. So I want everyone to go to their ChatGPT, whether it's on your phone or it's on your tablet, laptop, whichever one it is. And what we're going to learn today with the chat, I don't know if everyone is doing this or not, but this is something that I'm now doing with my chat GPT. If you go to the left where you see, if you're on your phone, you'll see those those 3 lines to the left, or those 2 lines, like a little menu bar. I want everyone to click on that for me. Once you click there, you should see new project. Okay, let's call this project 2026 Real Estate Goals. Real estate goals for the project name. Now, in that project, I have put 2 things on the screen. One is going to be utilizing AI, and then the other one is engaged on social media. So the first one I want you to do is I want you to type or speak in kind of similar to what I have on the very first one, but you describing yourself. So you're going to more so be describing you and the market that you work in, but it will be very similar to this one. Okay, you can either speak that in or you can type it in. If we can do that, please, and if everyone, let me see if I can.
Create project first.
Create project and call it, is yours. 2026 Real Estate Goals.
We add power, we just start typing.
Just start typing whatever your heart desires. When it comes to those little basic questions, I want each agent to just do whatever their heart desires. And if someone has theirs, do you have yours, Cynthia? I see you scrolling. Okay, can you give me some?
I'm like, it's juicy.
It is. Did it give you some good ideas, Cynthia? Okay, name some of the ideas that it gave you.
So it starts with the strategic positioning, define your target market. I can focus on 2 niches, which can be first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, investors, or luxury market.
Okay.
Then it has the digital marketing that can actually convert hyper-local content strategy. So I can do weekly blogs that include, that's real good, best neighborhoods for families, cost of living comparisons, market updates for specific zip codes, and short neighborhood guides on your website.
Okay, great. Thanks, Cynthia. Now, I want you to hold, stay right there because we're gonna add something to it. June, did you get yours?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what yours says. I don't know if they're similar or not.
A little bit.
Okay.
I just put I'm a real estate agent in Memphis, Tennessee, licensed in Tennessee, need to increase my sales.
Okay.
And it said below specific agent, practical plan, double down on what sales right now. Investor and cash buyers, huge in Memphis, action, brand yourself as investor friendly agent.
That's perfect for you because that's kind of what you want to do. Yeah, that's what you were talking
Learn
about earlier.
cap rates by zip code, reach out to property managers, out of state buyers, wholesalers.
Okay, all
Then
right.
it gives a simple pitch.
Okay, now, and then tag yours right there too, June, because we're gonna do something else with yours.
Okay,
So stop, just stay right there.
Oh,
Okay, all right, Joy, did you get anything for yours?
Okay, so says your 2026 targets, clarity first. Monthly. 3 new listings, 3 closings.
All right, that's what we want, so you
So
want, so we know, so Joy logged your goal for 3.
So annual, 36 listings taken, 36 closings, okay. Because not every listing closes and timelines vary, you wanna list closer to 4 to 5 per month to consistently hit 3 closings per month,
Okay,
okay? The math behind the goal, very important. Listing conversion reality. Average listing conversion, 60 to 70%. Time to close, 30 to 90 days.
okay, and Joy, put a pin right there in yours, we're gonna
Okay.
keep going, okay?
Okay.
So everyone kinda has, some things with chat, so we're learning how to leverage our AI, okay? So I don't want you all to be afraid to put prompts into AI because it can kinda help you with your brainstorming, help you with your ideas, and plus it knows you. As you can tell, everyone kinda got different ideas that really actually match up with each person. To be completely honest, that was all 3 of your different personalities, and mine matched up with me as well. So the next thing I did was I went in and I told Chat that I loved it, you know, because I want to be friendly with AI. So I was like, I love it. Now give me a 90-day marketing plan for this strategy for social media, okay? And so we want to leverage and engage more on social media. So the next thing I want you all to type in is something very similar to this prompt that I gave it about a 90-day marketing plan, strategies for social media, anything to that nature. So I want you all to type that in for me next. Okay, I see you scrolling first.
You said marketing plan?
And it's on the screen. You're just gonna do something very similar to what I have on the screen. Again, this is your business. I want you to use your own concepts, your own ideas. I'm just giving you just examples on how you make prompts. There's no right way or wrong way to do anything that we're doing today. You just do what your heart desires. Okay, Cynthia, give me some of what yours is.
So mine is generate consistent buyer and seller leads in Memphis and surrounding areas. I can use Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, 4 to 5 short form videos a week, 2 to 3 feed posts, and daily stories. So that'll include my local market expertise, buyer education, seller education, lifestyle, neighborhoods, and authority
now Cynthia has all of that saved in that particular project. Now you can go back to that project and keep adding on to that project, so that's why I wanted you all to do it like in a note-taking system where you can actually get back to it. And then you would have it there where you can review it and go through it. And that means that each year you'll have this same project where you can actually go back to the project and continue and say, in a new year. Did you get some ideas for yours, June, for your marketing plan? Or you can just tell us maybe one or two things.
Okay. Yeah, on here, for my social media plan, so I'm focused mainly on, Instagram and Facebook. Do a weekly content schedule, post 4 per week, maybe 3 reels plus a static post.
Okay, and Joy, can you share maybe one or two of yours?
It says, this plan assumes 3 to 4 posts per week, short form video first, Reels, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay.
Everything points back to the seller conversions plus DMs. Okay, now they social media marketing. Then it goes to platform priority.
Okay, thank you all for that. So we kind of get a feel on how we can leverage our AI in order to help us with our social media, in order to help us to kind of gain what we need for us. Now, it also kind of gave you a niche, because it almost gave you all your own niche. So that's what we need to do next we need to see what is gonna set us apart, what is going to be our specialty in or our niche. That's gonna be important, because as we know those things, then we can brainstorm with each other and also go back to our project and put that information in so that chat can kind of help us to develop more so targeted for our niche or more so targeted for our specialty, okay? So if you are thinking about your niche, and I know chat kind of hit the nail on the head for some of you, then you can go back later. We won't do this right now, but you can go back later and put that in. But I do want everyone to kind of come up and tell me what their niche may be, and then you can go back to chat and spend some time putting that in.
Okay.
What's yours, Cynthia? You can just keep it with you going.
First time homebuyers.
Okay, so first time home buyers is yours. And I think chat even told you move up home buyers. Yeah, I want you to expand from first time home buyers so that you can do move up home buyers as well. That way you can obtain listings and it will help you. Actually, when you have listings, it helps you with your first time home buyers because you're able to kind of tell them what's on the market, what to expect. And it also helps you with your listings because you have buyers that are actively looking for homes. So it helps you to be able to tell the sellers, this is what buyers are looking for, okay? So I do want you to do exactly what chat told you to do, focus on both of those things, okay? June, what about your niche?
Mine would be, I do like the investor thing.
Yeah.
But it really would be first time home buyers and, listings.
Okay, because we kind of talked about you with investors once before, so I want you to keep that in mind as your niche, and then I want you to tell chat that you, your niche is gonna be first time home buyers and listings, okay? And so that way it can kind of help you with that, and then specify if your listings are gonna be, because I think we talked about you saw some properties and all of that, and I think they would have been more on the investor end.
Yeah.
So maybe you can specialize with your buyers being first time home buyers, and then with your listings being investor listings, so that you can get some ideas for that, okay? And then Joy, did you have?
Sellers and foreclosure. Looking at this foreclosure market that's here in ahead.
Okay.
That's 26 focus.
Okay, so yours is more on the listing end and not the buyer end. Okay, so Joy, you are gonna go back in and talk to your chat. And we're not gonna do this part today, but you all got the project saved. You're gonna go back in and you're gonna let it know what your niche is and how can you set yourself apart in the market, and what things can you do in order to now obtain those additional sales for your niche, okay? And so now I feel like everyone feels comfortable at least putting prompts into chat, because it's just that simple. And it is great to brainstorm with it, because that's really all it's doing for you, is just kind of helping you brainstorm so that you're not having to come up with so many concepts. And the good thing about it is it's able to tell you kind of what's trending as well. So instead of us doing all the research that we used to have to do when I first came to the market, it may take us, and Joy knows, it may take us weeks for us to research what was going on, sit down, brainstorming, what should we do, how should we use these concepts. So I want you to make sure that you're leveraging your ChatGPT to help you with brainstorming and keeping up with those projects. I think that's a really great way to keep up with it. So the next thing that we need to do, once we've done all of that, in order to achieve those 2 sales per month, we gotta focus on not only your online presence and your social media, but generating referrals through networking and engaging opportunities, and then focusing on effective lead generation strategies, okay? So this would be the next thing that I want us to think about, and go ahead and ask chat, how do we focus on effective lead generation strategies? And from this, now you can put in what your niche is. Now you're gonna say, give me 3 concepts to focus on effective lead generation strategies, with my niche being, and put what your niche is. So just give me 3 concepts to focus on effective lead generation strategies, with my niche being whatever it is. And of course, you can reword that how you need to reword it. And I know Cynthia has some. I know she's gonna work on her generational wealth building class, which Cynthia will be sharing that with us at the office. So if you need the updated flyer, we have it ready. Thank you so much, Cynthia. So we will share that via Canvas. All you have to do is just pop your information in. If that's something that you need, please put it in the group me, and just say that you need the flyer for the generational wealth building class. That way we can go ahead and start prospecting for it, and put your email address in there, because we will be sending them to you via email, so that you can make sure that you can get it and edit it. Okay, Cynthia, give me one of yours for your effective lead generation strategies.
One of mine is move up buyers, trade up without stress, equity strategy.
And did it give you anything to kind of do for them, or it just kind of told you what it was?
It gave me the lead generation channels. It gave me like some lead magnet ideas that I can post. How much is your home worth in today's market?
Okay.
And 5 signs you're ready to move up. I like that one.
Okay, and so lead generation is going to be important for us to achieve our additional sales. So I want everyone to make sure that you're focused on effective lead generation strategies. This is gonna be key, and key for me as well. So everything that we're going over today, I will be doing with you all too, so we will hold each other accountable. So effective lead generation strategies. I'm gonna move on to the next one. And our next one is going to be building those strong client relationships. So that CRM program is going to be vital for us. I feel like, I know Joy was saying that she was very effective last year on making sure that she kept up with her clients and did client retention. For me, that CRM program is gonna be important for me, and so that's how I feel like we can focus on following up. That's how we can focus on client retention, and also when we get those extra leads, but what are we doing with them? We can't get the leads and then not do anything with the leads. So once you get those leads that you generated, We now need to put them in a strong CRM program. We know that we are currently using Realtor Juggler here, and if you need that code for that, please let me know. Remember, when you sign up for Realtor Juggler, you get the 90 days for free, and that's the first step that I want everyone to do is the 90 days. And then once those, you're on day 89, then you'll need the code for me so that you can sign up, and then you'll get 2 additional months with the code, and then I'll get 2 additional months, okay? I know that Cynthia, you started on your CRM program, is that correct? Okay,
Yes.
which one are you currently using?
Realty Juggler.
Okay, and how's it going for you?
It's going good. I really gotta get in there
Okay.
because it expires on the first, so I really
Okay.
need to get in there.
What we'll do is we'll also do like a day at the office when we'll come in and we'll just work on just that CRM program so we can get that up and running too, since we're all using the same one. The other alternative, if you have not started on Realtor Juggler, is gonna be Paragon. And whatever day that we're doing the CRM program, I will be available for Realtor Juggler and or for Paragon. Those will be the only 2 that I will be focused on. And making sure that we're up and running in that one, okay? So that we can follow up, client retention, and then what were you said, was it nurturing your clients, Joy? I think you used the word, you used the word that you had accomplished.
A little more attentive.
Attentive, yeah. Being attentive, nurturing our clients. So let's go with those 3 things: follow up, client retention, and nurturing our clients. Okay, so that's gonna be for our CRM programs, what we're gonna focus on for those things. Another actionable item is going to be mastering our listing and buyers presentations, but not just mastering them, but actually making sure that we are going on listing appointments and making sure we're holding buyers consultations, okay? So I am currently, and all our slides can be shared, so, you can take the pictures if you'd like to, and if not, as soon as we finish class, please remind me, I will go ahead and create a QR code for it, so you don't have to take pictures of it. Anything that I do is yours. So, just remind me of that, and I will go ahead and create that QR code at the end so everyone can have it. So let's talk about this on mastering the listing and the buyer's presentation. The way we master this is by constantly having appointments. The way that you get more sales is by having appointments. So what I started last year was I started doing 30-minute consultations. And I primarily kind of focus on buyers, and that's just my niche. So I started doing 30-minute consultations, and with those consultations, I did them at my client's convenience. If they wanted to come to the office to meet me, then I let them come to the office to meet me, to kind of keep down on like the money I was spending. I went to Dollar Tree and I bought a whole, you always see that basket of snacks in my office. That's what it's for. And then I also bought just some little bottles of wine, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. And so when the client gets here, they get to choose from their little bottle of wine. The little non-alcoholic was at the Dollar Tree, and the other ones are just the small ones that you can get from Kroger's or Sam's, had them in bulk. And then, so I just did that, and it was like a 30-minute consultation. I think clients felt like that was a little less invasive to just meet me for 30 minutes. Some of them did via Zoom, and so we set it up with Zoom. Some of them did Google Meet. Some of them I FaceTime with the iPhone, and some of them I use Messenger with Facebook. And so those 30-minute consultations really worked for me. I definitely need to capitalize on them a little more, but that way I was able to at least get the appointment and at least claim that client as mine. So when you're thinking about mastering these listing and buyers presentation, you're also thinking about mastering actually doing them, okay? So we gotta set a goal, a clear goal of making sure that we are doing buyer presentations and listing presentations each month, because that's how you get better and better at it. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, then you already know you can get with anyone in the office and they will help you run through it and kind of critique you if needed and say where you did a great job at, okay? but I want for everyone to set some clear goals on making sure they're doing these appointments, okay? So if your goal is gonna be, we need to start somewhere, you know, realistic, but if your goal is gonna be 3 to 6 per month, we need to say, how are we going to do that, okay? Now, Cynthia also has the home buyer classes, and when I do home buyer classes, I consider each person to come to be my buyer's presentation. And the reason why I originally started doing home buyer classes, which Joy knows because she was with me, I started this about, what was it, maybe 20 years ago, Joy? So we started doing home buyer classes about 20 years ago, and the reason I started it was because of that. I felt like I was overwhelmed, constantly doing one-on-one buyer presentations. Now with Zoom, I'm a little less overwhelmed, but I was doing them each week. I think I was doing about 2 or 3. Not only was I doing buyer's presentations, but I was doing credit as well, because I could kind of get people in the office if they needed help with credit and budgeting. And so really when I captured those leads, they may not have purchased from me until 2-3 years later, but what they did was they felt heard and they felt seen, so they sent me referrals, okay? So as you're thinking about this, you're thinking about just all in all, how do I help clients? How do I get in front of them? Because there are other ways to obtain business from them. It could be through you being the only person that has paid them any attention, because people that need to work on their credit sometimes get overlooked because people don't say you can come into my office and meet with me. And that makes that client feel really, really seen, because, you know, hey, they willing to meet with me even though I need to work on my credit. And so you need to think about those things and how can you capitalize off that as well. When you do have those clients that come in, it's okay to say, hey, send me any referrals that you have, I'm ready to work. We're working on your credit, but if you do have anyone that's ready to buy or sell right now, want to build generational wealth, want to do land, commercial, it's okay to even name what all you do. Like, name off what you do, and if you don't do it, trust me, someone in your office does it. You should have a list of everything that you can do, even if it's property management, as some Sharita does. So make sure that you give them a list of things that you do, because some of the time, clients don't understand that we do any and all things real estate related. They don't understand that we can do new construction, or we can do land, we can do agriculture, we can do commercial, we can do property management. So making sure that clients are aware of that and that they understand that is going to be key. So when I say getting these appointments for listings and buyers, I really just mean whatever concept you come up with. If you wanna focus on 3, 4, 8 things, you're just trying to get the appointment so that they go into your CRM program and so that they become your raving fans. I call them my 5-star clients. That means that these are people that tell other people about you. So you don't have to keep on constantly paying money to market yourself or constantly marketing yourself. Now you marketing yourself is like your lead generation system, but now you have the people that you marketed to, and they are now a new form of a lead generation system to you, because they out there spreading the word about you. You can't get no better than that when they spread the word for you. So we want to make sure that we are capitalizing off those as well. So I want everyone to set right now a clear goal on how many appointments you want per month. Okay, now I want us to jot that down. And I'm putting mine down too.
How many appointments we want per month?
How many of these listing, buyers, appointments, commercial, credit, generational wealth, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, but getting in front of people is gonna be the key to increase your sales. If you're not doing additional appointments, then it's gonna be hard to increase your sales. And remember, just like I said, they don't have to meet you in the office anymore. Those are for people that really wanna get out and about and come meet you in the office. And that's why I said it's inexpensive to just get that little bucket of snacks and just kind of you can get sodas, whatever you want to get. But again, I'm really capitalizing off, and Cynthia knows this because we kind of started working on this together, Cynthia and Joy now, on trying to capitalize off of using Zoom at the house. And so that was helpful for me. Okay? So everyone has their number? Okay, that's your number. I have my number, and you can share that with me later so that I can help you to obtain it. The next thing we're going to talk about is mastering your time management. You can't do any of this if you don't have your time management together, okay? We can't increase our sales without having time management together because we're gonna get overwhelmed and bogged down with stuff. So I think that I've given you all a task app. Does everyone have a task app on their phone? Everyone is using some form of task app. Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So make sure, okay, so if not, then right now, I think the best task app in my opinion is Google Task, but it's just called Task. So download that from your app store. It is just TASK, but you'll see it, I think it'll say powered by Google or something to that nature. I like this task app because when I'm using Gmail, I can now attach tasks to it right from my Gmail account when I'm looking at my emails. Also, it can attach them to my task if I needed to. So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm using that one. And then I have a Google Home at home, and it can give me my task for the day. So to combine all of that together, it seems to be an easier time management system for me. You know how you see on TV when people wake up and they tell what their whole day and agenda is. That's what my Google Home does for me. You can pre-program it, preset it. It can give me my whole calendar for the day. It can give me all my tasks for the day. And then now it even emails me my tasks and my schedule for the day. And so I really, really like that concept. Cynthia, how has it been working for you?
I'm good.
Okay, what's some of the concepts that you found that you like about it?
For the Google tab,
Mm-hmm.
just like you said, it links to your Google Calendar. I really need to use it a lot more this year. Now that you reminded me, but yeah, for the ones that I put in, it's really helpful. I like the reminders.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love the reminders.
I think that just keeps me on schedule and keeps me on task. June, have you been using yours?
I have it, but I
Okay.
haven't been using it.
Okay, well, you're doing a good, the first step is to have it, so you are doing good. I want us to remember about using our time management systems. There are other systems and other things that we can use as well, but I think just an easy first step is, because I think everyone is using Gmail, so I think just that easy first step is to add the task to it and then really kind of combine it with the Gmail. And if you have a Google Home to kind of combine with that so that it can give you your tasks and what your schedule is so that you can stay on task. Another thing about time management is a lot of times people will say that you prospect every day or that you market every day. And that's fine if that's how your life works. But for me, my task will tell me on Thursday is my prospecting day. And so I appreciate having that day because if I didn't get a chance to do all my prospecting from earlier in the week, now I know that Thursday is going to be my day that I am going to catch up on my prospecting. So I'll have my number that I need to do and I'll catch up on it. I know that Cyn said that she wanted to make sure that she did her prospecting a little more. And so that could be a concept that can help you too, Cynthia. Set that number that you need to do per week. And then whatever that number is, you can try to break it down daily, but if you don't get it done daily, then just picking that one day. So since mine is Thursday, everyone else is welcome to get on with me on Thursdays, because if I'm up here, then we will be prospecting on Thursday. That way we can try to work together as a team, because the teamwork this year is gonna be real. So Thursday for prospecting so that you can complete everything. But yeah, that time management is gonna be important. The next thing is gonna be collabing with industry experts or collabing with us. And that's what I meant by teamwork that I was just talking about. That teamwork is gonna be important for us because we can save a lot of time working together as a team. Just like I said, Cynthia has already created a flyer for us for the generational wealth building class. She's already gone over and talked to the community center. We know where it's gonna be, we know in advance. We also already have our calendar printed for 2026, so you know in advance what things are on the calendar and what we'll be doing, so you can be ready to learn, you can be ready to engage, and you can be ready to make sure that you are are keeping up with those things in the market, okay? I also will be using the group me on a regular basis, so I do want for us to communicate, react in the group me, because that's how we will know what's going on, what's coming up next, and that's how we'll kind of stay engaged, okay? Now this one is another good one because with this one, not only are we doing these extra things like the generational wealth building things a bit, but we are getting sponsorship from people so that we don't have to bear the cost of everything. So the more we collab, the more we go places, the more we're also able to obtain sponsorships. So we want to keep that in mind as well, is collabing with other people helps us to save time, because time management is important. It helps us to kind of keep up with the market because we can't do everything on our own. We now got chat, but we still can't keep up with all the market trends on our own. Like I remember when Cynthia and I first started working on home buyer classes together, Cynthia said, well, I'm in a brunch group because we were doing brunch. And Cynthia said, so I invited them to the home buyers class because it was a brunch group.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was a really great idea and a great concept. I would have never even, thought about it, but collabing with Cynthia helped me now to go back to Facebook. And I've joined a lot more groups just because of that one thing Cynthia said, because I realized, I had fell out of all the other 300 groups I was in. So now I needed to get another, so you're going to engage and they kind of kick you out. So I realized I needed to now give me another 300 group and then kind of match it up with what the group is. Like if it's a walking group, then I can post that I'm going walking. So things of that nature, you want to make sure that you are collabing with not just experts, but with everything that's going on in the market. So I thought that was a really good concept, was to make sure that I joined those groups, because when we invite people to those classes, we can actually use those collaborations in those sponsorships is what we want to use, okay? So also, just talking about that with the collabing, I do want to talk about this too, that when we are doing our events that we have at the office, at any of those events, make sure you're really taking time out to invite your clients, make sure you're taking time out to even invite your friends to it. Sometimes we forget about our friends and family, but they are a good referral source. Like we already have them, but some of the times they don't get to see what we actually do. So if you're inviting your friends and family to just your generational wealth building class or to the Friendsgiving, the trunk or treats, the appreciations, don't forget about inviting them as well, your church members. So you got a host of people that you can pull from in order to invite to events that you already know. That's called your sphere of influence. And some of the time we forget and sleep on our sphere of influence. But it is key because when we get ready to do these classes, we're going to say, okay, our goal is 200 text messages, 200 emails, 200 Facebook invites. We're going to pick that number, and that's our number, which is 200. Thank you, Cynthia, for that. Go with the 2 closings per month. And we're going to encourage everyone to do 200 of those. And Cynthia's going to go ahead and put that in on the calendar. 200 emails, 200 text messages, 200 Facebook invites. Yeah. And if you reach those goals, typically, like I was telling Cynthia, normally if whatever amount you invite, only 10 to 20% are going to participate anyway. And so that's why you want your number so high. But when you think about it, whatever numbers you did, that's considered to be your prospecting goal. So, like when I did the home buyer classes, and Joy can attest to this, that's when I did a bulk of my prospecting. So whatever prospecting I was behind on, I knew that I had a home buyer class coming up every, other month, so I knew I could catch up on my prospecting. So I want you to utilize and capitalize on everything that we're doing. We're now just changing the home buyers class to be called generational wealth building class because we keep knowing the trends. The new trend is that's what people are coming out to. And so we've had to pivot also and change the trend. I've been calling them home buyer classes for the longest, so it was esteemed to me as well. But I told Cynthia, I said, Cynthia, the new trend is they want us to do generational wealth building classes, so we're going to change the name to that. And so some of the time, those things do kind of take us aback because we've been doing it for so long. But in order for us to keep up with the trends, we have to change our name as well. Okay, but utilize that not only for new and utilize it for following up. That's a great way to follow up for the people in the CRM program because now you got something to invite them to, something actionable, and you're reminding them you got food, you got door prizes, great information. You're gonna be able to meet loan officers with first time home buyer programs, with investor programs. So you want to kind of tell them all of that, and then you want your family there as well, and your friends, your sphere of influence, your church members, because guess what? They now are your raving fans. They may already be in the house, and you may know your friend ain't never moving, but if you now become their raving real estate agent, that means they're going to refer everyone to you. The most hurtful thing is for someone in your sphere of influence to say, girl, I forgot you was in real estate, and I told them about my real estate, my past real estate agent. You want them to be so much a raving fans that you've invited them to so much stuff that they be like, can you do anything else? What you having this week? I know you got something else going on. So my friends from high school always tell me, they always say, I know you got something going on because we keep seeing it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's important for them to know. I do have something going on. There are some things that I have that are upcoming because they now associate me with everything real estate. And that's what you want your friends and family to do. When we think about it, is that something that we have been doing? And that's something we gotta ask ourselves a question. So if nothing else this year, I want for all your friends, families, church members, whoever it is, I want them all to think of you as their top real estate person. I want them to become your raving fans, and I want for them to start sending you referrals. Okay? So sphere of influence is the word. Sphere of influence. And the next thing that we want to talk about is, we talked about all of these things, but I want us to do, like I said, actionable items this year. So what I want us to do is, I want us to implement one goal that we have per month. They used to say, to my knowledge, I think it used to be that you could change your habit in 28 days. I think Joe would know that. Was it 28 days, Joe, or something to that nature?
21 days.
21. Yeah, you could change your habit in 21 days. I feel like we are giving ourselves 30 or 31 days to change our habit. If we just implement one goal, and what I mean by goal, I mean one new thing in your business. So in other words, let's say we said we were gonna implement the CRM program. Then we got 30 days to kind of really get that up and running and really start implementing that CRM program. And then that means next month, we're working on something else. Next month, we working on getting our social media, making sure that we have more posts in social media. So as you can see, if we do just one goal or implement one item in our business per month, then we have formed a habit. That way, next month, we will already be doing the CRM program, and then we'll be implementing something else new to it. Even if, like, you put in there your exercise, even if you want to implement that, your religious stuff, because that's still equally as important. Those things keep you going in your business. Like, without walking, it's complex for me to have to do real estate all the time. So those are the things that actually really, really keep you going, okay? So I want us to think about those things as well, implementing one goal per month. So I want everyone to think of one thing, because we're almost finished with January. What is the one thing we're gonna implement for January, and then I want us to go ahead and write the one thing for February. So for me, it is definitely working on my CRM program. So we're gonna be a little short for January, so we have to roll that one over to February, that's okay. But that one goal, we will be implementing one new item in our business each month, because we're gonna make it habit forming. And then at the end of the year, we should have at least 10 to 12 things that we've implemented in our business in order to help us. And I want vote with those 10 to 12 things. So put them in your telephone, not on your note sheet, because I know we may not have it, or if you have your note sheet, I want you to take a picture and put it in your phone, so we can have it, okay? Because consistency for success is what we wanna do. That one goal, does someone wanna share what their, one goal is that they're gonna do for this month and for next month, what are those 2 goals?
I have I'm gonna utilize my exercise equipment.
Okay, that's good.
And, updates on my CRM.
Okay. Did you get yours, Joy? If not, mine is kinda similar to June's, mine is going back to my, miles on my walking and my CRM program as well. I've been a little slow this month on my walking.
Man, it's stuff for the broker's exam,
Okay,
and then get back to doing my video,
Okay.
about 1 minute video. Home, remember what I used to do?
yeah, home shows
15
and
years ago,
video.
my home show a minute.
Okay.
When we really first started doing videos, and that was,
Yeah, when it's, first started, Joe was doing video, so we're gonna hold each other accountable on these items that we're doing. We'll go ahead and hold each other accountable on these 2, and then Cynthia, what's your 2?
My to add contacts to CRM and send 2 emails this month to all the contacts.
Okay, great, so yours is really working that CRM program. Okay, so it sounds like for 3 of us, it's CRM programs. And then I guess the exercising as well for June and I, and Joy is studying in videos, okay? So we're gonna hold each other accountable to those things that we're gonna implement. I think this will give us, I wanted to make everything actual items, but very simple for us to remember. Like, remember that we are closing 1 sale per month, 2 sales per month, or 3 per month, and just knowing that and implementing that one goal. So I think these are gonna be good actionable items, and this is gonna really increase our sales for us, okay? Did anything have anything that they wanted to add? Nothing to add?
This is great.
Okay, well, good, what we're gonna do is get to work on it then.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do, is get to work. And when you see the other agents, make sure that you're inviting them to come out to the lunch and learns. We don't wanna, get food and then the agents are not really participating, that's gonna be heat.
I'm motivated and excited.
I'm equally motivated and excited as well.
I'm tired.